Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about Darakaraka in the 10th house of the D9 chart, okay? But before we get started, please subscribe my channel, follow me on Instagram because there also you will get astrology videos and astrology updates, okay? And if you want to take my personal consultation or spiritual counseling, then you can contact me. Let's start this video, guys, okay? So a 10th house of the D9 chart, it is totally different from the D1 chart, okay? However, we use it for seeing the career, what career a person will have, so we use it for that also, okay? So D9 chart 10th house becomes very important because it tells you what your career will be. But now here we will not discuss what the career is going to be. We'll discuss about what your married life will be depending upon the Darakaraka here, okay? So 10th house shows the public image, what public image you and your spouse will have in the public, okay? How people will see your marriage, the karma that you and your spouse have to do together. If you and your spouse will become famous, here the original sign is the Capricorn. It shows how much efforts you will have to put in the marriage. Here it is all about public dealing, masses, and dealing with the important practical things of the married life, okay? Because it is not only always because after marriage it is not about love, it is about having the daily things, okay, like work and other things that are important for running a married life. So it is not about love anymore. So 10th house shows the practicality that come out of illusion of that love and romance, and now you have to see the practicality like money and home and other expenses, which is very important, and the career growth. It also shows how your marriage or spouse is going to help you in your career, okay? So that's why 10th house becomes very important house, okay? And also shows how public here sees your marriage, okay? What public thinks about your marriage, what people think about what type of couple you are, okay? So that also it shows. So you will get a spouse who will be very much concerned about the public image of the marriage. Your spouse may want that, depending upon the planet that is sitting here, your spouse will want that you should become famous as a couple, or public should know you, or you should portray a very good image in the public. No matter internally in the home you both fight or that kind of things happen, but you both will show the image that so beautiful couple or everything is so good. So your spouse will be very much concerned about the public image, okay? So your spouse may want to show off sometimes about the marriage, that we are very romantic couple or something like that, but will be very much concerned about the public image. Also, your career may rise after marriage. Your spouse may help you in your career. Your career can change after marriage, or you and your spouse can have same type of career. You both can work together. Your spouse can be career oriented. Your spouse will be more concerned towards the career or public affairs more than the daily life or the home life, okay? So that type of thing can happen. But your spouse will also be practical as it is the 10th house. Also, it shows that you will be the person who will always depend upon others' views regarding your marriage. For example, if you want to marry someone, you will always ask others like, is this person right, should I marry or not? So that type of thing can happen. So others' opinion will become very important for you. Same with your spouse. Your spouse can also be like that. Others' opinion may become important for your spouse, okay? So very much public involvement can be there in your marriage, like public is giving your opinion is giving opinion regarding you should continue marriage or not, get married or not. So that thing can happen. So public involvement will be there. Also, it shows your spouse can be famous, dealing with the public, or have some community, okay? So your spouse can be famous or well-known personality, career oriented, or depending upon the planet, your spouse can have the higher authority, work in government and all, okay? Now, if it is Sun, so Sun is an authoritative planet. Sun gets the directional strength in the 10th house. So here it shows your spouse, firstly, who will want to control the marriage, will want to control the home. Your spouse can have higher status than you. Your spouse can be in a leadership position. Your spouse can be in the government. So your spouse is going to help you a lot in your career growth. Okay, your spouse will have a good personality. Your spouse will be authoritative, dominating, and a little bit aggressive also. Okay, and also one thing, you public will think that you both are a very dominating couple. Public will think that your spouse dominates you a lot. Public will think that you both are always towards status. Okay, but also your spouse will be very much focused in the family life as well, and will want to control. Okay, so controlling power will be in the hands of your spouse. Okay, now if it is Moon, so firstly it shows that your spouse will be sensitive, emotional. Okay, and always mind is always changing, especially regarding career. Sometimes this career, sometimes that career, and more focused towards the worldly things, or in the like career things or the masses, but will also have very much emotional connection with home. Okay, will want a comfortable life. So always mind can change also after marriage, or when you meet your spouse you can have ups and downs in career or sudden change in career. It also shows your spouse can be famous, your spouse can have a community or some a very good name in the public. Okay, you can also get famous after marriage. So this thing can happen. Your spouse will be very much interested in learning the new things. Okay, your spouse will be very motherly. Okay, very motherly, caring, nurturing kind of nature, and not only for the home people, but it will be for others also. And also what public will think about your marriage, public will think about that you both are very emotional couple and very much emotionally connected, very much love, and your spouse loves you so much, cares about you so much, so much deep emotional connection. Also people will think that you both always have ups and downs in your marriage. Okay, so this people will think. Okay, so very emotional kind of image you are going to portray in the public regarding your public will think that your spouse is very motherly towards you. Okay, now, if it is Venus, so Venus shows very romantic spouse, someone who really wants to keep the image in the public very amazing. Okay, no matter internally you both fight, but your spouse will always want that the image in the public is always good. Your spouse will also be very much concerned in the career, can have artistic career. Your career will rise after marriage. Okay, your comforts and all will increase, very good environment in home. So career rise can happen because Venus in the 10th house. Also your spouse will be career oriented, but will want to have a comfortable career, like will not like to work hard. Okay, will want to pursue something in which he or she can have something creative, artistic, or can pursue some hobby. Okay, but will be romantic, good looking, you can have love marriage. Okay, so this type of thing, a Venus type of person, romantic, also a little bit flirty also. Okay, now if it is Mercury, so Mercury shows very communicative spouse, business minded spouse. Public will think that you both are very communicative couple, jolly couple, lively couple. Okay, so this type of thing can happen because you both are going to portray this image like very friendly, like people will think that you both are more friends than couple. Okay, and your spouse also will be very communicative, will have a community, can be a business person. Okay, or will have be dealing in accounts, commerce, so economics, like accounting field. Okay, can be a salesperson or dealing in the communication and all that. So this thing can happen. So very and also younger looking, communicative, youthful, and someone who is very much concerned about the public, always in the masses and all that. Career growth can happen after marriage. So also your spouse can pursue two careers, or you can pursue a career with your spouse, but jolly, lively, and younger looking, youthful, communicative, intellectual, logical spouse. Okay, so if Mars is a Darakaraka, it shows that your spouse will be aggressive, dominating. Okay, people will think that you both are very passionate couple. You will argue a lot, fight a lot. Your spouse will want the authority at home. It can somewhat bring disturbance in the comfort at home. There can be fights, arguments, so you have to be careful, right? But your spouse will always push you to work towards your career. You, if before marriage you're not very much focused in your career, after marriage you become more focused towards career, towards the career growth. So you both are going to put a lot of efforts in the career. Okay, you will also, your spouse will be very protective of you and will always like tell you that focus on your looks, focus on your personality. So your spouse is gonna be the person who is more focused towards the career, but it is important that you both maintain a balance between career and the home life, otherwise it can create disturbance. So you both have to be very careful regarding this thing as well, that your home life is not disturbed because of career. Okay, also it shows that you can be romantic couples. Okay, like sometimes you are not able to take the right decision in the marriage. There can be fights, but you are not able to take the right decision. So always take the wise decisions, but it also depends upon the placement of Jupiter. But Mars here is a good placement. Okay, it is not a bad placement, it's a very good placement. Just you both have to avoid fights and keep calm and peace at home. Okay, but your spouse will be dominating person and will love physical activities. Okay, and passionate relationship will be there. Now if it is Jupiter, so Jupiter shows too much responsibility of work. After marriage you can have lots of responsibility, or your spouse will help you to fulfill your responsibility of job, of work. Okay, your work will progress, you will have a good home life, family life. Okay, your spouse will be very wise person, a mature person, and will always advise you regarding the career. You will always take advice of your spouse regarding the career. Okay, your wealth will also increase, savings will increase. Your spouse will be very good financial manager, will manage the finance very well, and also help you to pay off your debts or your enemies. Okay, like deal with your enemies. So a wise spouse who can be a teacher, a guru. It can also show that someone from the past life who may be your teacher or guru is coming as your spouse in this life. Okay, so Jupiter here is good, however it is a debilitated placement. So okay, orthodox and too much like pushing, always to do you some, always pushing you to do something. Okay, now if it is Saturn, so Saturn here shows someone who is cold natured, someone who is a strict person, someone who is practical. So someone who is ready to put efforts in the marriage. It also shows late marriage. Okay, who can be older. So here after marriage you will put a lot of efforts in your career, too much hard work, because Saturn represents what? Hard work. It also shows that you both have some karma to be paid off together. Okay, people will view you like, even you both are very romantic inside, but people will think that you both are not romantic at all. Think that like you both are not romantic, and a very dull kind of marriage you both have. But that will not be the case. Your spouse will not be interested to show off in the public about the relationship. Okay, will not be interested like some people are interested to show off, and your spouse won't be a kind of a very wise person. Like Saturn is an old man, so has experience. So your spouse will have experience. Okay, they will put efforts to make the marriage work, and also they will put efforts in the home. No matter they put efforts at the workplace, in the career, but also at home. So equal things. Like it can show late marriage because it is aspecting the seventh house. Okay, but your spouse will be someone you can depend upon. Okay, so a good spouse, because Saturn is a planet that is disciplined. So disciplined spouse. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Bye bye.